Hey, what's up guys? It's Cliff with TrailGrid Pro. Super pumped to be back with you today. When we started TrailGrid Pro, our mission was to partner with some of the most amazing brands in the world to bring you awesome solutions for your Toyota vehicle. And here we're presenting a new partnership that we've secured with Garmin, the leader in GPS-enabled technology. What I have in front of us today is the entire fleet of dash cameras that Garmin provides. When we first sat down with Garmin, we were trying to pick and choose which one of these you guys would prefer in your rig. And honestly, as we sat down and looked at all the options, we just decided to carry the entire lineup. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go over a high-level overview of each of the dash cams in the Garmin lineup. We're actually gonna install one of them in this 4Runner right behind me, and we're gonna use Garmin's new OBD Constant Power harness so that the dash cam will work even when your vehicle is powered off. So why a dash camera? Well, dash cameras used to be a nice to have. It was a cool feature that you could have in your vehicle, and they used to be super costly. Well, these days, a dash camera is becoming almost a necessity. Insurance companies are always asking for footage when you get in an accident. It gives you that security and peace of mind that if something happens, you've got it on camera. So let's talk quickly about how we're going to be offering these bundles. We're going to offer them in 3 different ways. So first, if you just want one of the dash cameras in the Garmin lineup just out of the box, just what comes in the box, you can buy it that way. The second option is with our dash camera power adapter, which takes power from your auto dimming rear view mirror and provides constant power while your vehicle is on. Now, a lot of questions that we've been getting for years now, because we've had dash cam offerings on TrailGrid Pro's site, is, hey, what about a constant power option where when my vehicle is off, I've got the ability to record what's going on 24 hours a day. And the reason that we got real excited about partnering with Garmin is that we have that solution for you today, and it's super easy. So Garmin has a constant power cable that gets constant power from your vehicle's OBD2 port, which is essentially on the left-hand side of your driver's side footwell. And when you plug it into the OBD2 port, you get constant power to your dash camera. And that's the installation that we're gonna do today, so we can give you that solution that provides constant power when your vehicle is off so that you can be monitoring what's going on around your vehicle 24 hours a day. Regardless of the bundle you choose, you're going to get a couple additional things. First is a smaller USB power cable, which plugs directly into the side of the dash camera for power. And the second is a extension USB cable. So this is the one that we're going to be using to get down to the OBD2 port, because this one is extremely long. And then here, if you want to get just the base bundle and you're okay getting power from your vehicle's 12-volt source cigarette lighter, you can use this as well, because the cables that I just went over will plug directly into this. So as we do with all of the products here that we offer at TrailGrid Pro, we test all of these products before we offer them to make sure they're great. So when we brought in the Garmin lineup and we opened up the first box, the first one that we opened was the Mini 2, and it's super mini. So we opened the box and we took it out. I mean, look at this. It's tiny. This is super discreet, and you get a power-packed technology piece in a compact design. And frankly, out of all of these, as you go across, say to here, it's still super small, which is fantastic. All right, let's get into some of the key features of the Garmin lineup. Now, we have a super comprehensive document, which we'll link in the description below, which goes over all of the features of every single dash cam in the lineup so that you can decide which one is perfect for you. But we're going to go over a few of them today so that we can give you a good idea of what you're looking forward to when you choose to purchase one of the Garmin dash cam options. So when we talk of field of view, all right, so when the camera is on, how much field of view is actually being captured? You've got all sorts of activity coming from your sides, so it's always helpful to have a wide field of view. So the Garmin Dashcam Mini, the 47, the 57, and the Live all have a 140-degree field of view, which is pretty darn wide. Now, the 67W and the Tandem have a 180-degree view, which is obviously much wider. Either one that you go with, you're gonna have a super wide field of view, so you're gonna capture all sorts of goodies of what's going on around you and in front of your vehicle, but the 67W and the Tandem just have a slightly wider field of view. Another important feature is the megapixels that each of these cameras have and then the resulting clarity. So the Dashcam Mini and the 47 have 2.1 megapixels, that's the camera, and then the rest of the lineup has actually 3.7 megapixels. So the result is that the Dashcam Mini and the 47 have 1080p record quality, and then the rest of the lineup, so the 57, the 67W, the Tandem, and the Live, actually have 1440p quality, which is like super high quality. So what does that mean? Like, you're gonna be capturing details on your recordings, which could come in super helpful if you ever need to use that footage to get yourself out of a jam. Another important feature of a dash cam that you should consider is GPS information. So date, time, speed, and location. You know, it's great to have a recording of what's going on in front of you, but if you can know for sure, or someone else viewing this footage can know for sure where it took place, it's super helpful. So date, time, speed, and location. Going from the 47, 57, 67W, Tandem, and Live all have all of that. Date, time, speed, location. The Mini provides you with date and time. All right, the next one I want to talk about is a super popular one to discuss, which is the parking guard feature. So are you recording when your vehicle is parked and off? So in order to accomplish that, you have to have a few things. You have to have constant power to these dash cams, which is accomplished if you choose the constant power bundle that's on our site. And the second for this section of the lineup is that you have to have Wi-Fi connectivity. So what that means is that your camera on all of these have to be connected to Wi-Fi. And you may be saying, like, how am I going to be connected to Wi-Fi when my vehicle is parked? Well, think if you have street parking in front of your house. Your camera can be connected to your home's Wi-Fi connection. At work, same thing. So those are two examples where you could accomplish that. Now, this is where the features of the Live really start to shine. And the Live is an LTE connected device. So essentially, you don't need Wi-Fi connectivity in order to have a live monitoring view of your live dash cam. All you have to do is set up your LTE connectivity, and then as long as you have constant power to it, you have a 24-hour-a-day view of what's going on out in front of your vehicle. Not only by recording, but you can use the mobile app from Garmin to look at the view of what's going on in front of your vehicle 24 hours a day on demand. So think about a Ring camera for your vehicle. Like when Ring cameras came out, they were super popular, still popular. Everyone has them. So this is the next cool thing when it comes to vehicles. So it's like, I want to know who's at my front door before I answer it. That's Ring camera. It's the same thing for your vehicle. I want to know what's going on out in front of my vehicle maybe before I walk out to my car. It's a huge safety feature, but also I can just monitor whatever's going on whenever I want to if I go with the Live. The other quick feature that I want to touch on is a G-Shock sensor, so incident detection. All of these cameras have incident detection. So essentially, if the camera detects an incident, so just think your car is hit by another vehicle, it notices the shock, it will, no matter what, save 10 seconds of video before the incident occurred, and then 10 seconds of video after the incident occurred, and then upload it to the cloud in an incident report folder. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that all of these, unless you purchase additional storage, will keep 24 hours of recording. So what's cool about the incident is that it'll save that no matter what. So it saves that incident for you in case you need to use that for an accident you got in or someone hit your vehicle while you were parked. If you have the constant power option, that's going to be saved for you so that you can see exactly what went on either when you were there or when you weren't there. The unique camera in the lineup is the tandem for sure, because not only does it have a front camera, but it actually has an interior camera as well. So that at all times, while your vehicle is on, if you have the dash camera power adapter, or even when your vehicle is off, the front of your vehicle and the interior of your vehicle will be recording. And as I just mentioned, Garmin has an amazing app, which is obviously compatible with the entire lineup. So whether you want to just view some of the recordings that you've had over the last 24 hours, view an incident report, or if you've chosen the live with an LTE subscription, you can view from the app exactly what's going on right now out in front of your vehicle. You can pick up the Garmin app in the Apple or Google Play Store, and when I went to download it myself, I just happened to notice that it has super awesome ratings, so you can download it with confidence. So regardless of the dash cam option that you choose from Garmin, just know, as I mentioned, that you're gonna have that peace of mind and security that you deserve in your vehicle 24 hours a day if you choose the constant power option. Now, I mentioned that people used to buy dash cameras just to be cool, but I gotta tell you, these are pretty darn cool. Regardless of the one you choose, you're gonna have the latest GPS-enabled technology provided by Garmin, and we're super pumped to be offering these to the Toyota community. So the great thing about this installation is it requires very minimal tools. So what we're gonna use today is a simple panel tool, some zip ties. I just got some cutters here for the zip ties, and then it might be nice to have some tape handy, and that's it. All right, so let's get into the vehicle so we can show you exactly how to get a constant power Garmin dash cam in your rig. Okay, so we're over in the vehicle, and as you can see, we're doing today's install in a Toyota 4Runner. This is a 5th gen 4Runner. And what we're gonna show you today is, like we said, to install the dash camera, we're gonna be using the Garmin 67W for today's install, but regardless of the Garmin dash camera that you choose, the installation is gonna be exactly the same. Okay, I've got the Garmin 67W right here in my hand, and as we touched on before, you can see it is super compact. So lots of cool tech packed in a small, compact design. And when we mount the dash cam, it's actually mounted on a swivel here, so you can change the view, which is super cool. So the first thing you want to do is find the location where you're going to mount your dash camera. Now, before you even get to this step, you're going to want to clean the inside of your windshield in the mounting area. And we've already done that. You can use an alcohol swab, anything just to get it super clean. Obviously wait until it dries, and then you can move on to the placement of your dash camera. All right, before you mount your dash cam, just a couple things. Just do your best, because this is on a swivel, just have it up and down as much as possible. So I've done that here. Again, if it's not, no big deal. The other thing is just tilt your rear view mirror to the side a little bit. That's gonna give you some easier placement of your dash cam. And the easiest way I found to mount these dash cameras is use the rear view mirror mounting portion as essentially the guiding light of where to put it. I just rest it right against it on the driver's side of it. You can certainly put it on the passenger side. I mean, you can put this thing anywhere you want, really, but I found this to be the easiest because it's gonna be the easiest way also to route our constant power cable all the way down to the OBD2 connector. So that's the way we kind of use it. The next thing that you want to consider is when you put the rear view mirror back, if you choose a dash cam with an LCD screen, the point of the LCD screen is so that you can see what's going on in front of you while you're driving. So if you want to have a view of that, while you're actually driving, you can have it peek out a little bit behind the rear view mirror, or if you want it fully concealed, you can do that. So up and down, just those are the things to consider when placing. I like to have it peek out a little bit, not see the whole screen, but just sort of see that it's there, that it's on. And then if I want to, I can actually move my head down and kind of see what's going on there. So that's what I'm going to choose to do here. So I know that that placement is about right there. Okay. So it's about halfway down from the rear view mirror mounting plate. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove my little sticky here. And I'm going to put it right up there. Now, definitely confirm your location before doing this. You can rest it there and make sure it's true north. And mine looks pretty good. But if it's slightly off, don't worry about it, because it is on a swivel, so you can straighten it out. Okay, so I've got my dash camera mounted, and what you just saw, a little sneak peek, I was gonna surprise you with it, but I surprised myself with it, is that it's on a magnet. So you can remove it at any time and put it right back. So if you have safety concerns, if you're somewhere where you don't want to get constant view of what's going on in front of you, you can take it down at any point. It's on a magnet and put it right back up. All right, so let's do a little test here. Let's put our rear view mirror back. Kind of sit as you would in your vehicle. And yeah, so I've got about half of the dash cam LCD screen in my view, which is kind of what I'm looking for. I can see that it's on, I can see it's there, but it's not obstructing any view, anything going on in front of me. Obviously, that's the point. You want this to be a safety mechanism, not something that hinders your driving experience, and this is doing exactly that. All right, now that we have our camera mounted, it's back to the 3 bundle options. So if you purchased the bundle just out of the box, you've got 12-volt cigarette lighter power. You're just gonna have to run your wire down to the 12-volt cigarette lighter to get your power, and you can do that in any way you choose. You could actually use the path that we're gonna use today for the constant power and then just run it across to the cigarette lighter. But what we're gonna touch on today is briefly the second option, which is the rear view mirror power. So if you have a auto dimming rear view mirror, whether you have 2010 all the way up to 2019, in most cases, your power plug is going to be right in the back of the rear view mirror. So I'm going to show you that here in this vehicle. But before I do that, so a 2020 Plus 4Runner, your power adapter is actually in your headliner console. We have a comprehensive video showing you how to get to that. Again, we'll link it in the description below. But for 2010 to 2019, this is what you're looking at. So right behind the rear view mirror, there's a plug right here, and it has a certain amount of pins. Some of them have 7 pins, some of them have 10 pins, some of them have 12 pins. We offer all of those on the 4Runner Garmin product pages, but you want to make sure you determine what pin count you have before you purchase, so you make sure you buy the right thing. So our customer Matt, as I pull this out, he has a 7-pin power adapter. So I just happen to have a 7-pin power adapter right here, and all you're going to do is take your power adapter that's for your specific 4Runner, and you plug it in there, okay? And then our power adapter just goes into the back of the rear view mirror to give you constant power. Okay, now that we have the dash cam power adapter plugged into the back of the rear view mirror, in your kit will be a shorter USB-A to micro USB cable. And all you'll do is you'll plug that in to our dash cam power adapter, and then this is your power source directly into the side of the Garmin dash cam. Now, at this point, this is not finished. This is down and dirty. It needs some wire cleanup. So essentially what we generally do is I'm gonna run this wire up here like that. I'm gonna zip tie to the neck of the dash camera, so that's gonna keep that wire nice and clean. And then I'm gonna bundle up everything here from our dash cam power adapter. I'm gonna zip tie that, and then remember I mentioned the tape. And then I'm gonna put a layer of black tape around this. Sometimes you can use electrical tape, and it hides everything nice and neat behind the rear view mirror. So that's what we always do with these rear view mirror power plugs. If your plug is up here in the headliner console, if you have a 2020 4Runner or above, you can hide all these wires up in the headliner console. And again, that's in the video link in the description below. So let me just do that real quick. So we've got the zip tie around securing the power wire from the dash camera. And just kind of pull your slack through like that. And again, this is going to make it as clean as possible there. Then we can tilt the hinge of the zip tie to the back and then just cut off our excess. So that's going to keep that fairly clean. So I've got that. That's step 1. And then step 2 is I kind of want to clean up what's going on back here. And I've just found that it's easiest to bunch it up and then zip tie it together. All right, so we've zip tied that together, just cleaning it up a little bit. And then we're going to put our dash camera back on and then start to clean up the rest back here to finish up the install. So now I'm going to take a larger zip tie and secure the rest of this to the neck of the rear view mirror. Just keep it nice and tidy up there. All right, cut off the excess. All right, so as it stands right now, and I can tape up some of the rest of it, but like I don't see anything behind the rear view mirror. That's like super clean. I've got power when the vehicle is on. That's what's accomplished with our dash cam power adapter. You can certainly use some electrical tape or tape up a little bit to conceal it even more, wrap it around the neck, or even wrap up the bunch in a black electrical tape, and that'll fully conceal it, but we're in pretty good shape right now. Okay, so that's option 2, dash camera power adapter. And again, that gets you constant power when the vehicle is on. If you're looking for constant power when the vehicle is on or off, that's option 3, so let's get started with that. All right, so to prep for our constant power bundle, we're gonna have to remove a few things down here. So to start with, let's remove our floor mats. As you can see, Matt uses his 4Runner. All right, so next we're gonna remove this piece right here in the door sill. And if you've never removed it before, it might be tricky to come out, but usually your hands can fit underneath of it. There you go. It sounds a little aggressive, but it will pop up and come right out. Now, when you bring this up, you wanna just check and make sure that all of your tabs are here. Sometimes they'll get stuck, and you'll want to remove them from here and put them in here for when you're getting ready to put it back. Okay, so last step over here, we need to remove the kick panel. And to remove that, there's just a little dial back here. Just looks like a little knob dial, and we're just gonna turn that and remove it. So this is what we're looking for right here, and it comes out of right there. And now we can remove the kick panel right here, and it just comes right off. All right, so just a little prequel for this step. This is your OBD2 connector. So it's literally like right above where you'd place your left foot, and that's where we're gonna be plugging in the Garmin OBD Constant Power adapter. With your kit, you'll get a shorter and longer length USB cable. You wanna grab the longer length. So what you wanna do is, there's actually 2 connectors. One's USB-A, one's micro USB. The micro USB end needs to stay up here because that's what gets plugged into the side here. Okay, so you want to leave some length here, and again, the micro USB is what gets plugged into the side of the dash camera, so we're going to route the rest of the wires across, leave a little length there. I'm actually going to leave a little bit more because we can tuck the excess into the headliner console. I just don't want to tuck too much into the headliner console, which is why we're doing it this way, because we're going to tuck all the excess into the kick panel. That way you don't have a bunch of wires dangling up in your headliner console. All right, now, when you get into the corner over here, right here in the A-pillar, this is your airbag. So you want to be super careful as you bring it across here, but that's essentially what we're going to do. We're going to come all the way here to the corner, and then we're going to tuck it right inside this plastic piece that comes across the section that covers up the A-pillar airbag. So we've got it across the A-pillar here, and now next is we're going to remove the weather stripping here, because we're going to run the rest of the wire all the way down the weather stripping to the kick panel. And you can actually you're going to want to pull this right out, and you can pull on it. You don't have to pull it all the way off, just enough to get down to the kick panel. So we'll just finish tucking it in there. There we go. And then as you start to bring your wire down to secure it, put some of the weather stripping back where you've tucked it in, so it keeps it in there nice and snug. right, so we've got it routed all the way down. Weather stripping goes back super easily. Okay, so now we've got our power wire down to the footwell. Now is a good time. We can take our constant power OBD adapter and plug our USB directly into it. Okay. All right, so we're going to plug our OBD power adapter directly into the OBD. And as you see, the light turns on here. Now, just some quick settings on here, if you can see it. This little toggle switch here has 3 times on it. So to the far right is infinite, so it will always run when your vehicle is off. We have a setting here in the middle for 24 hours. So that means that when the vehicle is turned off, it'll run for 24 hours. And then we have one here all the way on the far left, which is just 10 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it on infinite for now. And so we're all set there. We now have constant power. So now we're gonna clean up all these wires over here so we can leave them nice and neat over here in our kick panel. So I'm going to route that power wire up and above the OBD2 connector and just clean up some of these wires over here. All right, so I'm going to zip tie these all together just to get them nice and neat. So just some tape around the USB connection just to make sure it doesn't come loose. Not that I expect it to, but can't hurt. All right, so there's a little hole back here on this mounting plate, which I'm gonna secure the power wire to. Keeps it up and out of the way. Okay. Now the kick panel should be able to do the rest of the work. So let me tuck this back here. That should be good. Okay, so now's a good time to just go ahead and reassemble your footwell area here. So I'm gonna do that in reverse order. So I've got the kick panel here, and I've got the little, I guess you'd call it a little bolt screw that holds it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those in real quick. All right, so just go ahead and pop this back in, and again, literally it pops right back into place. You can hear the snaps. There we go. Okay, on the home stretch, so what we're gonna do now is connect our power cable and then clean up some of the wires. So first thing that you're gonna wanna do is just plug in your power here to the side. All right, so we've got that plugged in, and then we're gonna grab a small zip tie, and we're gonna secure this wire to the neck of the dash camera, just so it stays nice and tighty. So let's do that. All right, so we got that there pretty good. Okay, so that wire's tighty. And now what we're gonna wanna do is route the wire going up. So you can see we have a little excess slack here. So I'm gonna push some of it up into the headliner console right now. All right, so that's a decent amount of slack there. And then I'm gonna zip tie the wire right to the little channel that comes up from the rear view mirror, just to keep it nice and clean. Do one more here on top. You're fully installed at this point, which is great. You've got constant power running all the way down to the OBD2 connector. Super sweet. When your vehicle's off, if you have the setting on for 24 hours or infinite, you'll be running incident reports, everything while you're not with your vehicle. Let me just show you real quick how to do the pairing with the Garmin app, and then you'll be ready to hit the road. Okay, so we're powered on here. As you can see, it wants to know where are we. So we're United States, so we're gonna go ahead and select that. As you see there, that's the bottom button here on the right-hand side for the 67W. We like American English here, so we're gonna press yes. And right now it seems to be powering up. We've got a warning here. And camera placement, we're in the center of the windshield, so we're gonna select yes. And vehicle height, I don't know, are we tall? We might be tall. Yeah, we're tall. We're gonna go tall. And record audio, this is a choice. Do you want it on or off? I'm gonna do it off for now, just for space sake. And then the Garmin Drive app makes it easy to view and share videos from the secure online vault. Okay, got it. So we can go ahead and scan for the Garmin app. Look at that. That's fancy. All right, we're gonna hit download and whoo, look at that, it's fast. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open it up. Drive would like to use Bluetooth. Yes, you can use Bluetooth. It would like to send me notifications. Sure, I'd like notifications. Read the agreement? Yep, I read it. Got it there? I agree. Okay, so we've done that step, so let's go ahead and click that. Okay, so we're on. Okay, so we're gonna select our device. It's the Garmin Dashcam series, so it's looking for our Garmin Dashcam. To enter pairing mode, use the buttons on the Dashcam 47, 57, 67W. Select Garmin Drive app. So it's saying to push here. There it is, Garmin Drive app. Okay. Okay. Searching for Garmin Drive app. Pairing, yes, I want to pair. Connected, getting pairing information. Okay, so at this point, you're going to click select an accessory. There is our dash cam, so we're pressing that. Boom. 461337, 461337. Let's click pair. And let's accept up here. Hey, look at that, we're connected. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create an account here real quick. And we'll do that off camera real quick so we can show you the rest of the features. Okay, so we've gone ahead and set up our account. All it asked for was our name, email address, and a phone number to be able to send a secure code to. So we've got it all set up. And now that you're in here, this is where you can get into your live view. You can take pictures right from your dash cam. You can save video. Here's where your videos and photos are stored. And then here's the vault, which if you have vault set up, then you can store tons of data all from your dash cam, and it's accessible right through the app. Super cool, super simple, which is what I like. It's very intuitive, and it's obviously a great complement to the Garmin suite of dash cams. All right, we really appreciate you all watching this today. We're super pumped about our new Garmin partnership. Now remember, the bundle comes in 3 options. So option 1 is right out of the box. So if you choose that, you can use the cigarette 12 volt for power or any other way that you want to set it up for power. Option 2 is our dash cam power adapter bundle, and that gives you constant power while your vehicle is on. Now the third one, which we did the full install for, which is the new OBD Constant Power bundle, which is going to give you power when the vehicle is on or off, which is a super sweet upgrade to our dashcam suite of offerings. Now, I know we did this in a Toyota 4Runner today, it's a 5th gen, but spoiler alert, OBD Constant Power will work for literally any vehicle, as long as it has a windshield and an OBD2 port. So you got a Tundra, you got a 4Runner, you got a Sequoia, you got a Land Cruiser, you got a RAV4, you got a Tacoma, whatever, it'll work. And you can basically use the steps of this install to complete your install as well. It's just routing the cable across the headliner console, down the A-pillar, to the floorboard, right into your OBD2 port. So we hope you enjoyed today. As a reminder, you can pick these up in the shop at www.trailgridpro.com. And as always, guys, have a blast out there.